I felt like I wanted to give a little tour of the solar system. Look at that bird up there. Gonna crap on the panel. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take his perch away later. I'm gonna put something up there that stops that. Of course, now here's where our sun comes from. Right there. I don't know, it's pretty bright. And it hits those panels. And where does it go? Comes in. All these panels right here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels in this array. And the wires come down the pole, come into these what they call combiner boxes. And here you see there's a fuse for each panel. And then this happens to be, how does this work now? I should say there's 2 panels on each of these fuses in series. And then it parallels them into 2 strings. Goes through the breaker. This is like a lightning arrestor of some type. And the energy comes in this box and leaves this box. I think it's 100 volts DC. And then it goes, and each one of these arrays have a combiner box just like this first one. And all the arrays come over here with this heavy welding cable. Still have 1 ground to hook up in this box for this array. But you can see in here there's 3 other arrays that come over to this one where they all join in this box and they go down this great big conduit. Then they go underground. And come up here and go into the shed. And in this battery shed, we try to maintain 65 degrees for the health of the batteries and the inverters and the charge controllers and such. So we got this $450 heat pump. It cools and heats. In wintertime I might use electric if it's below 32 degrees. And then the stuff comes in here. And when it comes in from the outside, it all enters into this raceway here, which is 100 volts DC from the outside. And then the wiring from this raceway goes up through this breaker before it enters what is the charge controller. And there's 4 of them, 1 for each array. And this charge controller takes it from 100 volts DC to 48 volts DC. And then it sends it to this raceway, which is a bus bar for the current coming from the charge controllers. And on this bus bar, you hook the battery banks, which this is 3 banks here, and these are what they call LFP, lithium iron phosphate batteries, safest battery made. When it comes to lithium, they don't explode. And this bank, this latest bank I just put together, has a parallel battery management system. So you'll see there's 3 of them here. 3 breakers, 3 fuses, a little extra protection. And then on the display here, this particular battery bank with this battery management system keeps all the voltages and the current ratings the same, so one doesn't deplete before the other. It basically keeps all the cells and all the battery voltages similar to the same. It controls the amount of power going in and out, so you don't have overloads and shorts and fires and whatever. And so all these things are connected to the DC bus bar, which travels here and goes over to here. This bus bar, I actually split it in two. I wished I had done it like this, but this is the positive on the top and the negative on the bottom. And that bus bar connects to the inverters, which are right here. And this is the circuit breakers for the inverters. So this does its magic, and it pushes AC current out and into this bus bar. And then after it comes out of there, it goes into what they call I guess it's called an AC combiner box, and this is what goes out to the home. And the first battery bank is going to be redone because I put on battery management systems that do not balance the batteries between banks. They've worked fine, but sometimes iffy if one gets ahead of the other. So this system is going to become more robust like that system. So then we got our mini split, and I got my laptop here for talking to the battery banks, and this is brains of the inverter. Shuts it down, turns it on, whatever. If you need, this first inverter creates 8,000 watts, and this second one does the same. It runs the first one unless it needs a heavier load. It runs the second. It pretty much is always on the 8,000 watt inverter. It doesn't pick up the second. I'd like to have a third, but probably wouldn't need it. So, and here the charge controller's going. Cooling. Hard to read that. That one's 54.8 volts out right now, 32 amps. Hard to read. 54.7 volts out, 40 some amps out. This is all going to the battery banks right now and the inverter. 54.8, 32 amps out. 54.8, 44.6 amps out. So all these charge controllers are feeding the inverters currently and the battery bank. If the battery bank was fully charged, it would be going directly to the home. And anything over that is not used. You can get what you call a dump load. I'm going to work on that probably to heat hot water. So anyway, just wanted to give a little tour. If anybody finds it interesting. It is interesting. It's one big project that, my biggest project I've ever done. And it was very stressful, but I feel good about it now that all the bugs are worked out. I still want to do more. I want to put trackers on those panels so it tracks from the time the sun comes up till it goes down. I got to do some changes to make that happen. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. It's another thing to explore. Not in a hurry. It works fine as it is. Bye-bye.